I thank all attendees, without whom this Ijtema would not have been such a success. May Allah bless you all abundantly. Jazakumullah. I thank all attendees, without whom...
And now we have prize distribution. From the ladies. Ladies prize distribution first. They've got somebody there, yes, organizing.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. The following are the first place prize positions for the academics competition. We shall start with the Tilawat competitions. In age group 7 to 10, in first place is Hibatul Rauf Owusukunedu from North Region. Barakallahu lakum. Nare Takbir. In age group 11 to 14 for the Tilawat competition, first place is Hibatul Jamil Owusukunedu from North Region. Barakallahu lakum. In under 30 Tilawat competition, first place is Latifat Odeyemi Aliu from South Region. Barakallahu lakum. In the over 30 Tilawat competition, first place is Shahina Adegboyega from South Region. Barakallahu lakum. Moving on to the Nazm and Qasida competition. In the age group 7 to 10, in first place is Hibatul Rauf Owusukunedu from North Region. Barakallahu lakum. In the 11 to 14 age group, first place for Nazm competition under 30, Nura Owusu Amensa from London Region. Barakallahu lakum. In the over 30 category, first place, Nazm, Mrs. Azrina Banu from West Region. Barakallahu lakum. Moving on to the prepared speech competition. In the 7 to 10 age group, first position is Anisha Ali from South Region. Barakat Omotayo from London Region. Barakallahu lakum. And in the over 30 prepared speech competition, we will now move on to the sports competitions, starting with the sack race competition. In the 7 to 10 age group, and first, the 11 to 14 sack race, first position is Hiba Kunadu from North Region. Barakallahu lakum. In the under 30s ladies sack race competition, in first place is Sasha Mafabi from South Region. Barakallahu lakum. In the color ball picking competition, age 7 to 10, first place is Amara Kamigisha from North Region. Is Namuda Sahar Kalon from London Region. Barakallahu lakum. In the under South Region, Barakallahu lakum. Finally, for the musical chairs, we have joint for London Region, and joint first is Hajia Awansa Yusuf from London Region. Barakallahu lakum. For the under 30 egg and spoon race, in first position was Namuda Sahara Kalon. Barakallahu lakum. That concludes the competition first positions for the Lajna side. Jazakallahu asna jaza.
These are the sheets I have. The ladies, are you doing the Academic Achievements Award, Ismail BK Ado Awards?
Yes, please. Just 1 second. The Following are the Ismail BK Ado Award recipients. We have Aishat Arayohun for a piece of creative writing accepted for publication in a Young Writers Anthology for Year 7 in 2026. Next is Amira Arayohun for achieving Star Excellence Award for 100% attendance in autumn 2025 in year 5. Islamiyat Arayohun nominated for the Leeds and York Partnership NHS Foundation Trust New Starter Award for her resilience and dedication in 2026. Rahimat Adejumo awarded the Geography Student of the Month, Stratford Grammar School, November 2025, Year 10. Jalila Boache for her aspiration in history in using the Sparks Reader and for winning the Silver and Bronze Cares Awards for Ark Walworth Academy Year 9. Rahmat Adejumo for outstanding performance in sixth form and winning the Head of Year Award, Ormston Grammar School, Year 13. Ms. Sakinat Bayowu nominated for the British Islamic Medical Association's Public Health Practitioner of the Year Award, 2025. Fatima Mutaja for winning the Pope Benedict Caritas Award, St. Thomas Aquinas Secondary School, 2025. Henna Hashim for a piece of creative writing that was invited to be published in a Young Writers Anthology. Hania Tahira Arajawi for completing a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Sciences, upper second class honors, University of Westminster, 2025. Namuda Sahar Kalon for completing a Master of Arts degree in Creative Writing with Distinction, 2025. Amtolkafi Yadullah Banu for completing a PhD in the Genetics of Type 2 Diabetes, Kingston University. Allah. Nare Takbir! Nare Takbir! PAAMA Lajna! PAAMA Lajna! Lajna Imaila!
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, respected Amir Saib. We will now move on to the men's award, and if I could please request our respected Amir Saib to do the awards, please. So we will start. So I'll be calling out just the first prizes. So boys, 7 to 10 years. Tilawat, the first position is Ryan Chados. Barakallahu lakum. Nare Takbir. Ryan, can I please request that when your name is being called, could you please quickly get to the stage and receive your award? The next one is Azan Masru Owusu Konedu. Barakallahu lakum. Nare Takbir. Prepared speech. We have Kamal Kalon. Saib. Nare Takbir. We move on to the boys 11 to 15. Tilawat Abdul Shafi Owusu Konedu. Nare Takbir. Azan is Khausu Nyambali. Nare Takbir. Prepared speech, Abdul Shafi Owusu Konedu. Nare Takbir. We move on to the team quiz for under 7. So we have Abdul Rahim Anjani, Father Asamoah, Abdul Majid Musaji, and Abdul Matin Jima. Can all those boys come to the stage now? So the names again: Abdul Rahim Anjani, Father Asamoah, Abdul Majid Amosaji, and Abdul Matin Jima. Nare Takbir. We'll move on to the men's academics. Prepared speech, Abdul Ghaffar Adam. Barakallahu lakum. Extempo speech, we have Khalik Kusi. Nare Takbir. Tilawat, we have Abdul Ghaffar Adam. Nare Takbir. Men over 40. Prepared speech, the first place is Tayo Torre. Barakallahu lakum. Extempo speech, Ramon Musa. Barakallahu lakum. And then Tilawat is Tahil Ture. Yes, Tilawat Tahil Ture. Nare Takbir. We have the team quiz. The first is East Region. So all the members in the team quiz for East Region, could you please kindly come forward now? We don't have the names. Barakallahu lakum. We will move on to the boys' sports. For 100 meters, Abdul Shafi Owusu Konedu. Yeah. 4 by 100 is South Region. For boys, boys 11 to 15, South Region, 4 by 100. And then penalty shootout is North Region. North Region, boys 11 to 15. North Region, penalty shootout. Exactly. We move on to the boys 7 to 10 years. 100 meters is Masru Ahmed Owusu Konedu. Nare Takbir. Obstacle course, we have South Region. Nare Takbir. And then for football, we have Midlands Region. So all the guys in the football team, please get yourself together, come to the stage now. Nare Takbir. Oh, so football is Midlands, North and West Region. So if you are in the team, please get to the stage and receive your medal. And then the last one for the boys 7 to 10 is penalty shootout. And that goes to Midlands Region as well. Nare Takbir. Midlands Region. We move on to the men over 40. 100 meters, Imran Mustafa, Nare Takbir. Shot put, Jamil Mwanje, Nare Takbir, Jamil Saib. Allahu Akbar, Zindabad. Zindabad. Tug of war, South Region. If you are in the tug of war team for South Region, kindly come forward for your award. Nare Takbir, South Region. Type here. Penalty shootout. Penalty shootout goes to London region. Jazakallah. Penalty shootout, London region. Nare Takbir. London region. We move on to men under 40. So 100 meters is Nasser Ahmed Osukonedu. Nare Takbir. Short put. 100 meters, yeah. And then the next one is short put. Basim Ahmed Momin. Nare Takbir. And that concludes the awards. I'll now pass you on to Ibrahim Mutajo Saib to do the Alaji IBK Ado Award.
Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. So the following are the awards for the Ismail BK Ado Award of Excellence 2026. On my list here, I have Umar Ahmad Kalon for receiving a golden letter for his wonderful attitude towards school, readiness to learn, and for being a trusted, reliable, kind, helpful, and polite member of his class. Barakallahu lakum. Then I have Muhammad Amako for his exceptional resilience and determination in mathematics and biking, Year 5, 2026. Barakallahu lakum. I have Ali Motajo for achieving the award of the Mathematician of the Month of October 2025 in S1, St. Thomas Aquinas Secondary School 2025. Barakallahu lakum. I have Atayo Nur Boache for his achievement in B.Tech Mathematics, obtaining 5 ASDAN credits. Now, the last two are the ones blessed by the signature of our beloved Uzur. And I have pleasure to announce Salik Ahmad Kusi, who obtained 8 A's, 1 B, and a distinction in music. By the way, that music was unavoidable. He had to do drama instead of music. So where is Salik Ahmad Kusi, please? Barakallahu lakum. And finally, I have Dr. Jubril Temitope Shitu, who successfully completed a training in general practice and becoming a member of the Royal College of General Practitioners, the General Medical Council UK 2026. Barakallahu lakum. And that concludes the Ismail Biki Adu Award. Jazakumullahu khairan. Yeah.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Respected Chair of PAAMA, Tommy Kalo Sahib, Secretary of the Ijtema, Shafiq Sahib, and my Naib Umara, and all the participants of this Ijtema, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. It is indeed yet again my absolute pleasure to be here this evening. When Tommy invited me, there has never been any doubt that when PAAMA organize an event that I will not be part of that event. I myself consider myself an African. I was born in Kenya, though most of you know, and therefore my sympathies, my affection, all of my emotions are linked very closely with Africa. And I think that Africa, by the grace of Allah, and Hazur Anwar has also said this now, is the next continent where we will see great progress. And unfortunately, if there was ever a problem in the West, Africa will be our savior. This is where people will go to find safety and security. So Africa, by the grace of Allah, has great future, and inshallah we will see that in the future we will see that everyone will, rather than migrating from Africa to Europe, it will be the other way around, inshallah. Now, today we are here for this Ijtema, and I was sitting there and I was thinking that when this PAAMA organization was first started, back in the time of Hazrat Masih Rabi Rahimahullah, Ismail Adu Sahib was appointed as the first chair of this organization by the grace of Allah. He was an incredible man, a very generous man, and he had so many good qualities that you fell in love with him when you saw him. I remember one little incident when he was sitting at a wedding in Masjid Fazl, and somebody came and said, "Can you introduce yourself to me?" Somebody said to Mr. Ado, "Can you introduce yourself to me?" And he looked at him and I said, "Are you an Ahmadi? If you don't know me, then you can't be an Ahmadi." That's how popular he was. Everyone loved him. And you know, today I was so proud that I was giving awards that were associated with his name. And may Allah rest his soul in peace and grant solace to his family. And of course, we have Shafiq here, who is very much part of that family. Please give my regards to all your family. You know, we are living in the West, And there are great challenges that we have for the future of our children. Our biggest challenge is the tarbiyat of our children. And the question is, how do we actually undertake the tarbiyat of our children in this country, where we have so many different challenges? Here we have a society which is very alien to the society from which we come, whether it is from Africa, Asia, any of those societies, where the focus always was on family. And coming to this country, the focus has changed completely to me first. And as if that was not enough, then also we have the issue now of the women wanting to be me first as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the question is, what does Islam teach us? And what are the roles of men and women in Islam? And I think sometimes in these countries we tend to forget that. We have role reversal sometimes. Islam very clearly states that the man is the breadwinner of the family. And the woman is responsible for looking after the children. Does not mean in any way, shape, or form that women should not be highly educated. But that responsibility of bringing up children is such a huge responsibility that we should never underestimate it. And especially in this modern world where there's so many challenges that our children are facing. Not only is the fact that they are having to deal with cultural issues, because they don't belong to the culture here. They have faith issues because in schools, they're challenged when they're Muslim children, because Islam in this country, or in West generally, is been targeted as the evil religion, and it's been promoted through the media. Therefore, our children have a challenge when they go to schools because they have to cope. How do they explain that this is not the case? And then, if that wasn't enough, they have been brought up in this society where it is me first and not the Islamic tradition where it is the family who has the important role. And the elders of the family have the most important role. So because when we go into this me first culture, we lose respect for the elders of the community. And therefore, our challenge here is, how do we continue in this country to keep the children involved, both in terms of our culture, our faith, and our values, that they do not succumb to this other culture. The most important thing, and I now particularly are addressing the children sitting here, that from a very early age, we should develop our relationship with our God the Almighty. I want the children, when you go home today, to particularly pray for yourself. Allah listens, remember that. Allah listens to your prayers. So when you go home today, pray to Allah, "Oh Allah, please make me into a decent, good human being first. Make me into a good Muslim, Ahmadi human being. And make me as a useful member of this society so that I am here to serve others and not just go after money." I promise you that if you speak to Allah, Allah will speak back to you. And people sometimes think that they have to speak to Allah in a particular language. You don't. Because remember that Allah knows what's in your heart anyway. But when you speak to Him, you're reinforcing what is already in your heart. So there is the story of Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, which I've told many times. Once Hazrat Musa alayhi salam was going through a field, and he came across a shepherd. And shepherd was talking to Allah the Almighty, saying, "Oh Allah, if you were here, I'd wash your back, I'll clean your hoofs, I'll feed you the best hay that I have." And Hazrat Musa alayhi salam immediately said to him, "How dare you? Do you know who you're speaking to?" He said, "You're speaking to Allah the Almighty. How can you speak to Him as if you're speaking to your herd?" And Allah the Almighty intervened immediately and said, "Oh Musa, I was enjoying this beautiful conversation with my man and you interfered. Please stop it." So you can see that you can communicate with Allah the Almighty in any way you like. It should come from your heart. If it comes from your heart and it is an honest emotion, then Allah will respond. Now people sometimes say that we do not know how Allah responds. We don't know. He doesn't speak to us. Now, Allah can respond in different ways. Allah can sometime just fill your heart with calmness, that you know that your prayer has been accepted. Allah can communicate with you through dreams. He can tell you through your dream. Sometimes you may not understand the dream, but He can tell you through your dreams that your prayer has been accepted. And sometimes we don't understand when Allah does not accept our prayer, and we think, why is it that Allah hasn't accepted my prayer? So here I'd like to share a little story with you. So there was this lady who was going for a major conference from London to Geneva. And as she was going to the airport, there was a beggar sitting outside, and the beggar asked her if she could spare a little money for his food. And her flight was she was already late for her flight, and she had a very important conference that she had to attend. But she stopped and she took some money out of her bag and gave it to this beggar. And by the time she got to the boarding, they told her that the flight closed 1 minute before she arrived there. That very minute which it had taken her to give the money to the beggar. And she was very upset. She thought, how can God do this to me? You know, I've done a good deed. I have given money to a poor man. And yet I had to go for this very important conference, and God did not help me there. And she was very upset, and she came back home. And as she came back home, she switched on the television, and there the news had just come in that the flight that she was going to go on had crash landed, and all the people on that flight had died. Now see how Allah the Almighty saved her, didn't accept her prayer, but saved her from a greater disaster. So sometimes Allah has His own way. Sometimes when we pray for something and it does not get accepted, Allah has His own plans. He knows what is best for us. So we should trust Allah. Now then it comes to, what is it that pleases Allah? So Hazrat Moses alayhi salam, again, he used to ask Allah the Almighty a lot of questions. And one day he said to Allah, "Allah, can you tell me who is the person who's going to be with me in heaven. So Allah says to him, go to the market, there's this butcher sitting there, he's the person who's going to be with you in heaven. So he was very intrigued. How can an ordinary butcher be so important that Allah has said that he'll be with me in heaven? So he decided he would go and find out this person. So he went to the market and he saw the butcher there. And the butcher was just cutting his meat, selling, nothing special about him. And all day he sat there watching to see if there was something special about him that could convince him that, yes, he's got something very special. So the end of the day came, the butcher shop closed his shop, the little meat he had left, he put it in a bag and was about to go home. So the Musa said, can I come with you? He said, yes, of course. So he went home with him, and when they arrived home, they saw this old woman lying on a bed. And this man went and cleaned the woman up, washed her, gave her a bath, changed her clothes, combed her hair, and in the meantime, he put the meat that he'd bought with him on the stove for cooking. And when the meat was cooked, he bought and started feeding this woman. And the woman actually, as he started feeding her, said something to him in his ear which made the person smile. And Hazrat Musa said, who is this woman and what is it that she said that made you smile? He said, this woman is my mother. She's disabled. She can't help herself, so I have to look after her. I clothe her, I wash her, I feed her. And he said that every time I go and start feeding her, she says in my ear, "O son, I pray that you will be with Musa alayhi salam in the hereafter." And how Allah heard that prayer of that mother. And Hazrat Musa alayhi salam said, not only are you going to be with me in the hereafter, but you're going to be here with me in this world as well. See how powerful a prayer of a mother was? So prayer is a thing that will protect us. It will stop us from getting astray. And particularly the children here, I ask them that when they go home, they should pray for themselves. That's not only the children, the elders should do it as well, but particularly my address is to the children. Now the thing is that we have new challenges coming up. We are now going through the social media revolution. Then we are going to have this AI revolution coming up. And these are things that are of great danger to our younger generations. It is said that any child watching a screen for more than 6 hours a day becomes an addict. And his brain gets rewired, so the attention span is reduced. And we are already starting to see them in our own homes. Our children are not able to communicate with us as we used to communicate with our parents. They talk to us in 1 or 2 syllables. Yes, no, maybe. And when you hear that in your home, you should be very, very concerned, because it means that your child has already got to that point where their attention span has been reduced. You have to take them away from the screens. Now, as a Jamaat, we have started holding classes for our children 4 days a week, so that we can remove the children from those new friends. They learn about their faith, which is already challenging for them in schools. And then they can play as well, get fresh air and play. So I say to the Pan-African Association that we should make sure that your association pays great attention to the children on this. And I have one bit of good news for you, that Sadr Ansarullah wrote to me recently and said that the next mosque that Ansarullah would like to build is in Peckham. So inshallah, very soon, hopefully, we will be looking for a place in Peckham where we can have a center where our children can gather, our women can gather, our men can gather, and hold activities. And that will be of great value to our future children, inshallah. So, whilst we have a lot of challenges, but remember that we have Khilafat. This is one thing that the whole of the Muslim Ummah wants to have Khilafat. But they are lost. You can see what is happening in the Middle East at this moment in time. The death and destruction in the Middle East is because they don't have one leader. They don't have one person who can give them that true guidance to get out of this very unhealthy situation. But by the grace of Allah, Hazur Anwar Ayyad Talib Aziz continues to ask the community firstly to pray for them. He had been warning leaders now for many years on this very platform here. He'd been saying to politicians, please change what you're doing, otherwise you will go and blind walk into a third world war. And I remember politicians sitting with me saying, we love your leader, but we think he's exaggerating this issue about the Third World War. And look, today, those very politicians are now saying to me, we wish we had listened to him then. And the other thing, what do you see happening in the United States? This is long before Trump was even there. And Hazur said, I see civil war. And the journalist was shocked, saying, we are such a great country, how can we even dream of having civil war there? Well, guess what? What is happening in this very moment in America is very close to civil war. So Allah speaks with Khalifatul Masih. He tells him things, and his warnings should be taken very seriously. Now, he has told all of the members of the Jamaat that Allah avoids this disaster, because through prayers we can bring about change. But at the same time, we should be ready for anything that could happen. I mean, Iran or Gaza, the Palestinians, or these countries couldn't have dreamt that something like this would happen to them. But you see how in Gaza the people don't have water, they don't have food, they don't have anything. So we should be prepared for any eventuality. Hazur has said that we should have rations in our homes for at least 3 months. For those who've already done that should do that. Those who haven't should prepare for it. Inshallah, Allah, we can pray to Allah that nothing happens, but in case something happens, then we should be prepared for it. So, I hope and pray that for our future generations, that this war comes to an end soon, and that we have peace in this world, because we lived through peace, our generation, but the generation before us, our parents, they went through the First and Second World War where millions of people lost lives. And what we don't want is another war where billions of people lose their life. So all of you should pray especially that may Allah avoid this disaster for this world, and that we get back to some sensible leadership who can make good decisions for the future of our world. And finally, we should pray for Hazrat Amir al-Mu'mineen Ayyad ibn Aziz, because this is a gift from Allah to the Jamaat. And we should never forget that this gift, especially to the UK Jamaat, is such a big gift that we should never be grateful enough to Allah for this blessing, because it is through this institution Allah will bless not only the UK but the whole world. So pray for his good health, his and his family's good health and long life. May Allah bless you all. I would like to just congratulate the team who organized this event. May Allah bless all of them. And thank you, all of you who have attended. Allah bless you. Will you join me in silent prayer, please?
Amen.